Hey there superstars, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and I'm coming to you from a really beautiful spot right now. I'm actually down on the beautiful Yarra River and I'm just coming down from the NLP event that I'm at currently. I'm taking a really quick break here at lunchtime and I wanted to, oh my gosh, deliver this message to you guys, which is just kind of mind-blowing. We've just spent at least an hour, if not probably more, diving into this concept around being worthless and how it's the most empowering lesson you will ever learn throughout your life if you can get it. All right, and I really want to dive into this one with you guys because it was very mind-blowing to have, somebody, being in this NLP event. You trust, you're in this room, you're in this realm of personal development, which is, helping you to reach your highest potential. And the last thing that you expect to hear is somebody say to you, who's instructing the class, you are worthless, right? And it triggered a lot of people in the room, right? A lot of people are like, what the hell did this guy just say? Like, how dare he? And I think that we had a whole really open conversation about, unpacking what he meant by that. And it was, like eye-opening, mind-blowing, and I want to share it with you guys right here, right now. So what happened was, we were having a conversation around self-esteem. So self-esteem is something that guides our directions, and our relationship to our self-esteem, it's guiding your decisions, it's guiding your whole life. If you want to learn more about what meta programs are, which are these guiding filters that we all have, then all you guys who are in the masterclasses, you already know this stuff. You're already going through it this month in the last training that I gave you guys in the masterclasses with the Limitless Potential Academy. But for those of you who are interested, if not now, after today's session, then I really invite you guys to join us and you'll get instant access to our last class that I presented on Wednesday, which really dove deep into this. But one of the meta programs or filters that we use for the decisions that we make in our lives is around self-esteem. So self-esteem is the value that we place upon ourselves. Now, it's different to self-confidence. Self-confidence is all around our belief in our capabilities to take some form of action, right? That's self-confidence, but we're not talking about that. We are talking about self-esteem. We're talking about the value that you place on yourself as a human being, just as a person, right? And what we tend to do in our society is we mistake our behaviors. We mistake what we do in the world as our inherent value. And this is what creates all of our suffering in this realm. So by the teacher, the instructor, a very wise man, telling us, you are worthless, the gift that he is giving us is the realization and the awakening to the fact that there is no value that could be placed upon you whatsoever. All right. So another way of looking at being worthless is you can't be bought, right? You are priceless. You as a human being, who you really are, not your body, not what you do, but actually who you are as an individual without any identity being attached to it. Just the you that is you is completely valuable. Nothing can be bought. There is no inherent value that you can place on you and your value. That's why you are quote unquote worthless, or you could say in a less abruptive way, you are priceless, right? There's no value that I could exchange for the you that is you, right? It's not about, some people might say, oh yeah, but what about, human trafficking? Those people are being sold, right? That's very different. Their body is being sold as a commodity, all right? That is not who they are. Their body is not who they are. Nothing can buy the you that is you, all right? And this is the biggest thing that creates the maximum suffering in any human being's life, is that we attach our value to what we do in the world. We attach our value to this body, to what we do, and what happens is we put out there, the power in those external sources, because this is how I interpret it. At the end of the day, what we want as human beings, the reason driving our behaviors and what we do and what we want to contribute to the world is that we are seeking love, at the end of the day. And when we attach our inherent value to what we do in the world, we're doing it in order to get love from people who perceive us as valuable, all right? But what's happening with that is that these people are they're in that same mindset of putting conditions on somebody's value, seeing that this human being out here who does these things is more valuable. Say this person who is a doctor, who is a brain surgeon, who, does these things is more valuable than this person over here who's a drug addict, and that's not what esteem is. That's not your inherent value. That is your behavior. Your behaviors are not who you are, right? Just like I keep saying, your body is not who you are. That's something different. That's something, much different to the you that is you. But when we attach our self-esteem, our level of value that we place upon ourselves, and we attach that to the action that we're taking out here in the external world, and we're doing that for the purposes of seeking that love and getting that love, getting that approval from those other people who are, putting a condition on our worth as well, because we're all operating in that mindset. That is exactly what creates our level of suffering in our lives. So if we want to break free from that, we want to be able to get to the capacity to know that what we do, our behavior, is not who we are, all right? It is behavior that we're putting out into the world. But if we attach our value to our behavior, that's creating the suffering. It's disempowering ourselves. We're trying to seek and gain that conditional love from those external sources who are also validating our actions as who we are. And it keeps us from knowing our inherent worth, from being able to actually operate from a realm that we can, be of value and do great things in the world that aren't attached to our ego and, I have to prove my worth through my action or how much I know or what my opinion is, right? And that is actually what creates suffering. So if you're somebody who wants to end your own suffering, if you want to empower yourself, if you want to reach your highest potential, if you want to do great things in the world and know your value despite what you do or don't do, then you need to get this. Focus on this lesson. If it's not sinking in right now, I get it, right? It's taken hours, and I want to process more and more on this because I know the power, because I've seen it modeled for me. I know that there are people out there who are not placing their inherent value on the actions that they take and the things that they do. And I see how that works for them, and I see how it works for everybody around them. I see the intelligence of it. I see the beauty of it. I see the freedom and the fulfillment of it. And I want to have that too, right? I want to experience that. That to me is freedom. That's why, a big part of the other work that we've been doing today is working around reframing or creating a different meaning around things like criticism, right? Criticism used to be a huge thing for me. I'm not saying I've still got work to do, right? But it used to be so big that I didn't, it's uncomfortable. I wanted to avoid it at all costs. So I wanted to be that chameleon. I wanted to be that people pleaser. I wanted to become who I perceived another person wanted me to be so that I could do anything, but experience criticism. And throughout my journey and throughout my own personal development and growth, I've actually got to a way different relationship and perception on criticism, which is actually I value criticism. I don't take it on personally when people are attacking me and unleashing their judgments on themselves and using me as a mirror or whatever that is. But I can see it and I can hold it and I can go, is there something in this for me? Is there a lesson? Is this a blind spot that somebody is shining light on that is reflective of my patterns, that if I'm aware of them, if I wake up to them, I could have the power to shift and change them and become a more empowered human being. I could have more influence in a positive way to the outside world if that's what I want to do. And therefore, my relationship with criticism is totally different, right? So why I'm sharing this with you is that we have all of these perceptions, all these unchecked filters and frames going on in our lives they're determining the entire course of your life. From the moment you wake up, you take on a particular state. You have a set of filters, you have a set of meanings that you're creating, a set of experiences and memories you're recreating, a set of identity that you're continuing to align with. And what I want to ask you is it serving you? If it's serving you, if you are living life in an empowered state of being, if you feel like you are constantly growing and contributing and reaching higher levels of your potential, if you're feeling truly fulfilled in any given moment and you feel like you're in control of that, you're in power of that, nobody can affect you, you're at your own effect, then hats off to you. But if you know that there's something missing, if you know that how you're operating, it's not working for you, you're feeling disempowered, you're feeling like if somebody else outside here like has a particular emotional response or doesn't feel good, it's going to affect you. If you're not happy with how your life is progressing, if you have conditional love for yourself based on what you do or don't do, then I invite you to wake up from your own suffering. And looking at these key elements is the key. And I'm presenting about to you guys about self-esteem because it's what we call a meta program, which means that it's like a big filter that's driving all those other filters that are determining your actions and your identity, right? And if we can nail that down, if we can understand and we can unpack that and we can get you to a place where you know that you are valuable no matter what you do or don't do, no matter what you've done or not done. Nothing affects that, nothing changes that, nothing can take that away from you. You start to wake up to being an actual human being who is not trying to do things to get something that can't be gotten. You are absolutely awoken to a level of consciousness where you can operate freely from a true place, from a place of real freedom and fulfillment, and guide your life and your actions from that place of knowing your value, not needing to prove anything or justify anything or chase anything or be attached to anything externally from yourself. And that gives you the capacity and the ability to actually be of service to the world, to actually truly be of that value if that's what you want to do, you know. And it allows you to disidentify from those things that are creating your suffering in your everyday life. I don't know about you. I want to live a life where I am constantly waking up to the truth, and I'm living from an empowered place. And I'm ending my own suffering and hopefully other people's as well. So definitely want to check in with you guys. I do have to head back. I've kind of taken a break and I've been so super busy these last few days diving deep into neuro-linguistic programming, and the course that I'm doing, absolutely mind-blowing. Hope that what I'm sharing with you guys right now is of value. It's certainly been of value to everybody in the room. But I definitely want to check in with you guys. And any of you guys who don't know what NLP is or neuro-linguistic programming and you're interested in this stuff, it's an introduction to a system that is going on, whether you are conscious of it or not. It's determining the entire course of your life, your entire life experience. And if you don't understand what that system is, you can't change it. You know, you can't design your life. You're living by default. So if you're interested in learning more about what this system is, I just did a whole masterclass on introducing you to this framework of neuro-linguistic programming so that you can be empowered in your own life. And I invite you guys to join the masterclasses if you haven't done so already. It's powerful stuff. And if you guys are in the masterclasses and you haven't watched it yet, I'm definitely jump into it. You're going to need this time to go through the work that needs to be done this month, to overcome that suffering, to take back that power, and to, you know, enhance your life on all levels. So can't wait to hear more from you guys who are in the masterclasses, and let me check in with you guys. If you got any questions or words of wisdom that you want to share, I would absolutely love to check in with you guys right now. So who have I got? I have got Maritesh. Great to see you, and Madeline and Ty and Jessica and Charles and Rob and Shane and Judy and Jessie. Awesome to see you, and hello to you, Shane. And Bryce is here. Hello to you, and hello, Maritesh. And Mia is here, and thank you for your kind words there, Maritesh. Probably butchering your name constantly, but lovely to have you here as always. And Jace is here, and Maha and Laval, awesome to see you. And Patty, hello. And Jamie and Shane, I'm loving that you're loving this today. And Mit K is here, and Madeline, I love this. I feel like it can be like taking yourself outside of your physical body and letting go of that negative type of control we try to have over ourselves, and letting ourselves just be and exist freely with love for ourselves and others. Absolutely. So beautifully put. I'll just come around and show you. We've got some super beautiful here. I've got some rowers in the house. But yes, absolutely, Madeline. Spot on, you know, and to be able to question why we do what we do. Why are you doing the things that you do in your life? Why are you doing the work that you're doing? Is it because you're trying to prove your value? Do you know that you're already valuable? How differently would your experience of life be if you already knew your worth? There was nothing to prove. How would you be showing up in your life? How would you be showing up in the work that you do, in your relationships, in everything? You know, it's a whole different experience of life, right? So this stuff is super powerful to get and to question. So I absolutely love that, Madeline. Thanks for sharing. And Emma and Phil and Spady, awesome to see you guys. And hello to you there, Stephen. Great to see you. So guys, that really is my message for you. I hope that it gets you thinking. And, you know, that you can wake up to the fact that there is no price that could be placed upon you. You're worthless. Nobody can buy you. You're not an exchangeable commodity of any variety. And you're just as priceless or worthless as every single one of us, right? Nobody is higher or lower than the other. And when you get that, life shifts, life changes. And what changes is the reason and the intention behind what you do, all right? It becomes empowering. It's not attached to trying to get something from the external anymore. And you get to, you know, cleanly operate from a place of truth and authenticity and fulfillment and freedom, right? It ends suffering to think this way. So I love that. And Dwan, I always settle. I still do not know why. Dwan, I really encourage you to become part of the masterclasses and watch. You'll get instant access to our very latest masterclass. You get access to the whole library full, but I encourage you to watch the introduction to NLP, and it's all about diving into the framework that's operating inside of you. I give you the 60 meta programs or filters that every single one of us has access to, but we have what we call these driver filters that you're unconscious to until now, until when you do this masterclass and you work out, why do I always settle? You'll have the answers. And what happens when you have that level of self-awareness? You get to get back in the driver's seat. You get to make the shifts and changes. You get to empower yourself, and you have a reason and a knowing for why you do what you do, so you can actually make the shifts and changes that will free you from an unfulfilling existence and those patterns of behaviors. They're just patterns of behaviors that we're all running. It's not you. But be aware of what those patterns are, and NLP opens that up for you. And you can get instant access to a huge masterclass I just delivered on this, which I know is going to be amazingly powerful for you guys. It's why I do the work that I do, and I make it so accessible for you guys so that you can get this information, and not just get the information, but you get the process of making it actionable to apply it to your life so that you can get the benefit from it right here, right now. So I hope you will join that, and I can't wait to see you in there. And you also get access to all of the upcoming live presentations that will be taking place. I'll be diving way deeper into this NLP stuff because it is foundational to living a life full of freedom and fulfillment. So I can't wait to dive deeper with you guys. And thanks to Juan for sharing. And Pam's here. Good to see you. And Loki, I love it. This is so deep. Absolutely. Well, I like to say go deep or go home. So hope it wasn't too deep for you guys, and I hope that it made sense and it resonated. I hope that you will share this with anybody that you feel it could be valuable for, anybody struggling with self-esteem. I also dove into the criticism, people struggling with that relationship. Maybe you want to share that with those people in your life as well. So love it, Loki. And Shane, thank you so much. Vanessa, really appreciate and have an awesome weekend. Thank you so much, Shane. Same to you, my friend. Thank you so much for everybody joining me live. And as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, and that you're doing something super empowering, and that today's message has got you thinking. All right? Ain't nobody can put a value on you. Your self-esteem, is attached to how you place that value on you. You are not your behaviors. You are not what you do. You are not this body. All right. The you that is you is completely priceless, worthless, as our instructor put it, to wake you up, to this fact, to get you, shocked into thinking differently so that you can get out of your own way and disattach from those external conditions and all those variables that you can't control that are determining the course of your life. Be free from that so you can end your suffering and live an empowering life, all right? And be able to determine the course and the direction of where you're going in an empowered, fulfilling place. So much love for each and every one of you guys, and I cannot wait to see you guys over the coming days. Maybe I'll jump on live if I can make some time for you tomorrow. I hope to see you then. Much love.